What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Awaken Your Best Podcast, the number one podcast in the world, the number one podcast for anybody, that just want to get better. Of course, I am your co-host, Terrence Feagin, along with my boy, Rasta White. And of course, in this podcast, we're all about helping you to become 1% better each and every day, helping you with tips, motivational topics, and of course, everything to, again, have you to become who you want to be in the future. Rasta, what's up, my brother? How you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, bro. Pleasure having me on this episode today. And man, anniversary day today. Yeah, bro. Anniversary today. So wifey out right now, going to get some stuff, and I'm just at home, obviously knocking this out. And I'm excited, bro. We got some things planned on. Take her to a nice dinner downtown Detroit. You feel me? And, Christmas in a few days. So just trying to enjoy every single moment, man. What about you?
Man, first off, it ain't about me right now, dog. Anniversary, first year, as you said. I know you was just talking before this, man. Huge accomplishment. It's not a lot of people that want to even get married nowadays, but let alone get to the first year. And bro, congratulations, man. It's a lot more to come.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, truly.
Yeah, for sure. So big congratulations to him, man. And dog, you working on a celebration, like you working and you still celebrating, bro. That, like, first off, I think that shows your dedication to what we doing here, but then also it just shows like who you are and wanting to help inspire this community that we building, bro. So big ups to you, my brother.
Appreciate it. And this ain't a marriage podcast. Well, this episode ain't specifically about marriage, but I do want to say, just hitting the year was tough. I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of storms, but to make it to a year, I could tell y'all, marriage has its battles, but it makes you grow as a person. I've grown so much over this last year. It's just
speak on it, brother.
Bro, it's invaluable, bro. Like the times where this a test of commitment. Like you commit to something for the rest of your life and you don't really understand what that is until you in it. And then you like, bro, the flesh start kicking in. You like, I had to remind myself, like, I came to that conclusion. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna need God. I'm gonna need Jesus. I'm gonna need the Holy Spirit. You feel me? Like to do it and push through it, because the flesh is something else and it will destroy something good. So to all the people out there listening, if you think about getting married or if you are married, so far, I don't regret nothing.
Yeah, don't regret it, man. It's a beautiful thing, brother. Hey, again, congratulations to you. I think we also are in a time where it's all about celebrating. It's all about giving gifts. We're all in the point where, it's all about love right now. So, of course, this podcast is not about marriage. Of course, this podcast is more about, today's episode is more about taking action. And it's more about helping you to understand the power of taking action. So, of course, we're going to give you steps. We're going to give you different topics to be able to use in order to take action. Because, one thing that I was thinking, Rasta, like, a lot of times we get stuck in the point where it's all about, what's the statement that most people say? It's when you get stuck, when it's, help me out here, bro. It's where you keep thinking about what you want, but you never really take action. Well, what we used to always say it all the time, bro. Anyway, like I'm gonna think about
analyze. It's something about
analysis
right?
paralysis. That's what I was thinking.
Analysis paralysis. Yes,
sir. So we get stuck in analysis paralysis all the time, and it's like, dog, just do it. Like Nike says, it's the simplest, easiest, actual, motto is just do it. Get up. Take action, just do it. Like this morning, bro, like I've been really focusing on my health, really focusing on getting my weight down, and just when I look in the mirror, being happy with the person I see. Now, of course, I'm happy with myself, but it can always be improved. But I really took action today because I woke up early, daughter woke up early, I was kind of up, just hanging out with her about 4 a.m. The gym opened at 7, so I had that in my mind. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. But then it's like, cool, 6 o'clock came. I'm like, nah, I lay back down in the bed. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go. But then I thought about it like, bro, nah, I gotta take action. I gotta stay committed. I gotta stay motivated towards who I want to be, because I want better for myself. So if anybody is out there right now, take action. Stop waiting. Stop letting the days go by. Stop waiting for your dreams to come true. So, Rasta, what are some different things that people can do right now to just start taking action and to get out of analysis paralysis?
Man, bro, yeah, analysis paralysis is exactly what it is. You overanalyze and then you're pretty much paralyzed. I've been there too a million times because I am definitely an overthinker. So this is something I had to find a million strategies that I still use every single day to attack it. So the one and probably this one strategy right here really changed the way I view it and things like that. It's called the push-up analogy. Just can't tell it. I just can't. Hold up. You're still here and you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel yet? Man, click off of this video. No, I'm just playing. We really appreciate your time making it up until this point in the video. If you're getting value, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Awaken Your Best community. Come be a part of it. We're really trying to build, grow, help you out spiritually, mentally, financially, revolutionarily, every kind of way possible, okay? So leave that like, leave that comment, subscribe, share this with a friend that you feel can get some value from this, and enjoy the show. I'm about to get back to work. Praise God. So if you listening to this right now, if we told you, pause this podcast, go do a push-up, one push-up, and then come back and listen. Let me tell you what's going to happen in most of our heads, because it always happens. You're going to come up with 20 to 30 reasons why you should not do a push-up.
Facts.
You're going to come up with 20 to 30 reasons why. I don't know, I worked out yesterday, or where I'm going to do a push-up at, the floor dirty, or whatever, I don't do push-ups, I don't need to do that. But my point is, we get caught up in those thoughts and we forget how simple the task really is.
Right.
We're not talking about a whole workout. We're not talking about running a marathon. We're talking about getting on the floor and doing the push-up. And if you listen to this, you ain't got to do it. I'm just using it as an example. You feel me? So,
man, go do
whenever
that
you find yourself, or just go do it, just to prove, to go against the grain. But whenever you find yourself chilling, you thinking, you overthinking, break down whatever your task is. If let's say it's a 2-hour workout, find a way to break it down to just one push-up. Break it down to, let me just, okay, I want to create a YouTube video. You know what? Let me just set up the camera. I ain't thinking about the video. I'm not worried about all of that. I might not even do none of that. But what I know I'm going to do right now in this moment is set up the camera. And I'm telling you, that one thing right there can pretty much almost kill almost all procrastination.
Man,
what you think of that, bro?
Easy. I love it, bro. I think the one thing that I'll say to that is, like, if you know that there's multiple different things that go into like starting a YouTube video, do the simplest task first. A lot of people look at the entire, like when you're in school and you look over the course semester, you look at the course semester and you shocked and you like, oh man, like this is all, I gotta do all of this? No, just do the first step. Take it day by day. Do the simplest thing first. But typically, like what I like to do is that I'll look at everything and I'll say, okay, cool. This is how I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna do the simplest thing first, knock all the simplest stuff out, and then as it gets harder, as it takes time, I'll start to do the harder tasks where it's gonna take me time. So, bro, I love that analogy. Like, it's all about one thing that I'll say is this: is that we become so occupied by the fear. It's so much fear in taking action. We fear what would happen after we took action. Like, dog, stop worried about fear. Fear is only what? False evidence appearing real. You don't even know if that's what's in front of you is going to happen. Just do it. Stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about what's going to happen afterwards. Take action by forgetting about what's out there and just do it. Stop worrying about what people say. Stop all the thoughts about the fear that could potentially happen and just take action. If you hit your head, if you get hurt, just do it.
Yep. Because when you're doing, all them thoughts, and I'm speaking because it happens. Like, it's nothing you can do about it. Your mind does what it does.
Facts.
But when you start just realizing, understanding what it is, you start being like, oh, this is false evidence appearing real. Not that this cannot happen, but is me really making one video? Am I going to be the laughing stock of the whole world? You feel me? Like, and it may sound simple, like, well, what are you talking about? Because we don't realize that our fear creates scenarios that big. It create like, turn your camera on right now and just do a quick little selfie video, a 30-second clip.
Yeah.
But it's so many reasons that we don't do it. We think about how many people gonna laugh at it, how many people gonna I look ugly from this angle. We think about all this stuff, but guess what? The people that will watch that video, for one, they don't really care that much. We think people care about us way more than they do.
Right.
And for two, it's just one video that they're gonna forget about tomorrow. Like,
right. Big time, bro.
You feel me? So yeah, just simple. When you start to simplify things like that, and me and Terrence we still battle procrastination every day. We still gotta worry about cynicism and all of that stuff. But the more you learn, the more you get done. We're on our 9th episode of this podcast. And honestly, the first episode, we didn't have everything together. We still don't got everything together.
Right.
We learning as we go. Our video quality. We did our first one on a Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Recorded Zoom
first couple
video.
ones on Zoom.
Yeah. The first few ones was on a Zoom.
Yeah.
Yep. Start where you are. Start where you are, bro.
Yeah, and that's a great segue. Like, starting where you are and not trying to like compile all the latest technology or getting all the latest info.
Right.
That's gonna allow you to realize, like, if you just set up your phone, not even with a tripod, like stack it on some books and just speak from your heart. If that's what you want to do, is like starting a podcast, or if you want to if you want to just take the tools that are in front of you and become who you want to be. Like, if you want to become an athlete, go out there and run. Focus, like, watch highlights, you know? It's simple. Just do what you got to do.
Highlights, like, simple stuff. Like, honestly, I had this mic right here that I'm on right now. I had this for probably, my wife bought this for me when she was my girl. She bought me this like over a year ago. Like, amazing. And I've used it the most that I've ever used it over the last 2 months, because I was overthinking it. I was like, okay, I got the mic, but I also need the rest of my studio to look perfect before I actually use the mic. I need to make sure that, this and that. But I'm telling y'all, the person. Oh, go ahead.
My fault. But when we first started the podcast, you didn't even use the mic, bro. Remember I told you, I was like, dog, don't you got a mic? Like, pull out your mic.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right? I believe I was like, yeah, like, bro, just get your mic out.
I don't think I did, bro.
And that's the thing, like, dog, just start where you are. Stop worrying about the criticism. Stop worrying about what the perfect setup, my angle, your lighting. Where we are right now is in podcast A. We're helping others to, we're building a community, helping others using motivational topics. And we're not really caring about who watches right now. We're not caring about what you may say. It's all about us expressing ourselves, because we're becoming better. We're shining our light for others to understand, like, hey, start where you are.
Exactly. And the thing is, a lot of, like you said, we making motivational content, and we know it's a popular thing that a lot of people are doing. But guess what? It's a lot of people right now that's considering making motivational content that haven't got started yet. Them the people you don't see. And if you listen to this, you might be a person who been wanting to do it for the last 6 months, but you haven't got started. So the person taking action is always going to win over. Like, he's always going to win the race. Like, you can sit back and you can sprint, and then you can sit back and you can sprint. But bro, we pacing ourselves. How Nipsey Hussle say, like, the marathon continues. Like, we learning to just treat it as a marathon, bro, and keep moving.
100%, man. Focus on your potential. Whatever your desires are, focus on that. Focus on what you have right now, man. And, I think taking action is so very, very important, because, like, I look at people who I went to high school with, and I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just saying in general. And the reason why I was thinking about it is because I was thinking of this song 50 Cent, like, damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. What the happened in you? And I just look at people, and I'm not saying I'm not better than nobody by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying that, but I'm just looking more on the lines of, like, ambition. When I look at some of those people that I went to high school with, and they were cool, they were this, they were that, and then, fast forward 10, 15 years later, and I'm like, man, you still in that same spot. You still in the same neighborhood. You still doing the same thing that we was doing in high school. Yet Like, where's your ambition? Like, where's your family? Okay, you got a family, cool, but like, what are you doing to push your legacy forward? I think at the end of the day, it's all about having a legacy. What will you be? What will be said of you when you're dead or when you're at your funeral? And of course, we don't want to look forward to that time, but like, that's my thought. Like, what can I leave a legacy for my family? What can I leave a legacy for the people that have known me around me? Like, okay, he was a great person. He was someone who gave. He was someone who really pushed as hard as he possibly could each year, each month, each day. And that's what I look for myself. When you get up out of the bed, what is your purpose? And you have to start by just the power of taking action, right?
Exactly. The first YouTube video I did was about finding your purpose, because without purpose, I said in the video, like, without purpose, it's hard to keep going. And I love that segue because, yeah, bro, like, we're not saying we better than nobody from high school and things of that nature, but it's kind of like this. It's like when you in school and you in the 3rd grade, and then you go to the 4th grade, and you go to the 5th grade. But if you're that kid who's in the 3rd grade, and then a year go by, you still in the 3rd grade. Another year go by, you still in the 3rd grade. I don't care what nobody say, you're not going to be happy in that position. You're just not, because you've outgrown that area. But like Terrence said, if you don't have the ambition, enough ambition to be like, I need to do what I need to do so I can at least get to the 4th grade. And at least get to the 5th grade, because humans were made to grow. You feel me? We're made to. It ain't about being a billionaire. You could say, well, like, what is your purpose and what imprint do you want to leave on the earth? It ain't about how big it is. You know, Michael Jackson left a giant imprint. We're not saying you need to leave an imprint that big, but no matter how small it is, but is it a positive imprint? Is it an imprint that you can be proud of, that your kids can be proud of, that your wife or whoever, your husband, whatever, can be proud to say, like, this guy made the most out of his life. He didn't just settle. He grew, he explored, and he left a positive legacy, like Terrence talking about.
Yeah, 100% positive legacy. And see the people that surround you. You know, if there's nobody that's wanting to take action, and everybody around you is not taking action, and you just kind of just, following the lead, like, become a leader. Lead your own life. You are your own captain of your own ship. Do what you want to do for yourself. And it's so much important. Like, it's all about really becoming a catalyst for the change and the progress for yourself, because us as men, right, like, we're leaders for our families. And if I don't get up every day and go work out or focus on my health or talk about God in my household or talk about, staying clean, cleaning up, like, being the man that I need to be for myself, what am I doing for my daughters? Of course, they're going to go out and populate the world as well. And they would just pretty much kind of do the same exact thing that I would be doing. So it's all about leading an example for, if you have kids, or if you're someone who don't have kids, there's always someone looking up to you. Because when I didn't have kids, I had nephews and nieces. So for that, it's like just being a catalyst for change in your family and being a catalyst for change for the people that are around you. But really, I want to kind of talk about, step back and say, what was the reason for me becoming who I am right now and wanting to have more of my life? And I look back at it, and the example that I had is that I had a grandfather. It's kind of leading to what I just said. I had a grandfather who used to wake up 6 a.m., old dude, 80-some years old, still waking up 5 a.m. and getting up and just getting himself ready for the day and just going out to McDonald's and just network. And like, everybody in town would know him. Like, he'll be there, one of the first people in McDonald's, but he wasn't just sitting there like talking. Of course, that's what he was doing. He was networking. Like, that was his way of like seeing the news and what was going around and just being out and about. So for me getting up early, me being wanting to be ambitious, I got that from him. And like, my mother got that from him, and I got that from my mother. So it's really about like who you watch and who you take as a leader in order to have, again, be that catalyst for change. So Rasta, let me ask you, like, what was an example of someone that you seen in your life that you kind of like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take him as an example, I'm gonna take her as an example in order to kind of push myself to be, a catalyst for change for myself?
I love that you use your grandfather because, you know, I can say my first teacher, my dad, you know, I'm more introverted. My dad is an extrovert, fearless guy. Like, I mean, like he approached any girl with the bummiest shoes on. He didn't care, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, and I always seen that in him. I'm like, or he just did what he do what he said he gonna do. Like, he say he gonna do it. Like my dad, he set that example. Like if he say he done with a person, or if he say he this, he say he that. One thing I remember, like, oh, he's serious.
Yeah.
Like he gonna do that. And that's why we talk about when you set those standards and those examples of the way you take action, it really matters because like you said, the first people that's gonna affect you is the people you're around. The people you're around is gonna affect you. If you're around a bunch of people who don't take action, they just talk. Sad to say, you're going to be a person that just talk. But from my dad, I definitely got that from him. He wasn't just, his actions always matched his words. Now, he used to be like, you know, I'm going to get us rich and we going to be some multi-billionaires. You know what I'm saying? It didn't happen, but...
Still got time, though. He's still breathing.
Yep, you're right. He's still breathing. Ain't even 60 yet. But his action always backed that up. So, yeah, bro, seeing my dad take action, seeing him do what he had to do, it really did inspire me to do things and make sure it's... And actually, that's a perfect segue, too, to we talking about action. They say action speaks louder than words because it's true. Action does. It speaks louder than words. A lot of times, you don't even got to talk. You don't got to say, man, you know what, man, I'm finna work hard for this promotion. Or... man, you don't gotta say none of that. All you need to do is just show people with your action. Dang, hey, that boy serious. That boy been studying. Hey, that boy I see him getting up every day. He ain't said nothing. I don't know exactly what he working on, but I see that boy taking action, and people respect that all day long.
100%, man. All day long, you know, a lot of people, like, you may not think that people are watching you, but trust me, people are watching you. If you taking action, people are going to study, and people going to envy you as a person who is taking action, because you may be in a job and you taking action, and you may not be thinking that you're getting the credit or the recognition for it. Trust me, it's coming. It'll come to you. Or you may be taking action. Yeah, for sure. You may be taking action right now and just something outside of a job, but your reward is going to come eventually. But it's all about being productive, being proactive, and just continuing to work. Another thing I want to kind of to hit on, and the fact of taking action, is that in order to really take action, in order to spark the process of taking action for most people, is that you have to have a sense of purpose, or you have to have a purpose in general. So if you want to take action, but you're not really clear or where you want to take action, you have to have a purpose. So what is your purpose for waking up every single day? Rasta, what do you like? What is your purpose for wanting to get on this podcast? Or what is your purpose for you as a Black man in America, young man who's working on building a business and a culture and a relationship? You know, again, this is what is your purpose for what you do each and every single day, bro?
Bro, and I'm glad you asked me that, because as of recently, I finally done got to that clear purpose. For one, I prayed, I figured it out. I asked God, what is my purpose here? What do you want me to do? And the thing that keeps me doing these podcasts, doing YouTube videos, is that he told me, I designed you to help people through teaching and speaking and writing. Like them the things that I designed you for and I gifted you at. So when you make these videos, when you do podcasts, everything you do, it got to be tied to you trying to help somebody live their best life possible, spiritually and mentally. So that's the thing 100%. That keep me going.
100%. I love that, bro.
What about you, bro?
Man, first off, I love that. I knew for the longest time, bro, you always had a skill of tying words together, whether it be in rapping. Now we doing it in speaking, and I'm glad I think we're here within the last year, I would say, it seems like it just really came together for you when it comes to the speaking, bro. So I'm just really glad that you found that, because you found that at an early age. For me, I seen it later in life. I seen it probably 30, 31. where I had a sense of being on camera, wanting to speak, wanting to be a motivational speaker, wanting to be someone who is, I would say, step in front of that audience, pick up the camera, and not being afraid to speak my truth and where I came from. That's also my purpose. But I think over the year, my purpose of getting up each and every single day has kind of changed. When I was in high school, it was all about just graduating. When I was in college, it was all about graduating, get a good job for my young wife. For my young daughter and my girlfriend. But then later again, after life is like getting out the Navy or being in the Navy, providing a better family. And then now it's more about creating a legacy of, again, being someone who is outspoken, successful, educated, and a real godly figure for other young men to be able to look at him and say, okay, I can look at this person, follow that path, and see that I still had a good life. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people nowadays, young Black urban kids, let's just say what it is, they fall into the nature of being inspired by people who may be rappers, people who may be, TikTokers or, social media people, YouTube guys. And not everybody can be that. Comedians, like not everybody can be that, or, sport or sports. A lot of kids are, influenced by sports, and you can't always be that, but you could be who you want to be. You could be you, follow what's most deep in your path. For me, I'm none of those people, but for me, I've always worked hard at what I wanted to do, and I've got better at it, and I've become better at who I am now. And now I can say like, hey, I'm successful in my own right, because remember what success is. Success is always just about the progressive realization of a worthy cause or a worthy idea. What's your worthy idea? Whatever that worthy idea is, and you fight each and every single day and take action to become that worthy idea, you're successful. So, man, like my purpose is about becoming better at what I want to be in order for other young men to be able to follow that same light.
Love it, bro. And that ties into everything we doing, podcasting, we record, and we making YouTube videos. Is all to inspire people. I see your purpose in action right now. I see you doing videos, telling stories. I see you motivating. I see you inspiring. So your purpose is as clear as day now. Like I could say that I see it. You feel me? I see it in action.
100%, bro. 100%. And that's what this podcast is again all about. It's all about awakening your best,
Yes, sir.
That's what we want to do here. This is it. We're building a community. We're building a podcast. We're building a sense of urgency for the people who want to become better and may not really have a clear idea where to go. You can come to this podcast on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, listen, dive in, take notes, and you'd really take the techniques that we're saying in order to push yourself further, right? So this is the podcast all about helping you to become better, right, Rasta?
Yes, sir. Awaken Your Best. And I'm going to leave y'all with this one quote about the power of action. It's by Harry Truman. It's pretty much, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction.
Man, that kind of resonate with me. Like, really, it's just like, get up off your ass and just try. Fail, like, try. It's going to be imperfect, bro. You remember the first time I like got on camera and I sent you something and I'm like, yo, check this out. I was garbage, trash, speaking on a monitor, like looking at a monitor and speaking like sounding like a robot. But that didn't stop me. I knew I would become better. I knew I would be who I am right now, and it got so much further to go because when I have a clear vision for yourself, just take action, get up, just try. Stop caring.
And also, and don't be scared to look at your videos from 2 years ago. I'll be trying to avoid it too. I'll be like, but that's where you really learn and you see the growth, and them be the reminders of like, wow, because you need that. You need to be able to also push through the fear of seeing yourself not look as good as you look now. You need to do that so you can reflect on it, see how far you came, and you can learn from it. You feel me? So
100%, man.
There you have it.
Yo, tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your sister, tell your brother, your kids. Listen to this podcast because we can get better in all different phases of our lives. And hey, I'm your boy, Terrence Feagin. This is the Awaken Your Best Podcast. And this is who? Who is you?
Rasta White.
Let's go, man. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Yep. Peace. We out.